Hi Moglets, today we're going to be doing a showcase slash guide for Ellen Jo, who we will just call Ellen from now on. Before we get into her skill kit, I do want to quickly thank Zenless Zone Zero for sponsoring this video. If you haven't yet downloaded it and want to give it a try, a link will be in the description down below. As a side note, Zenless Zone Zero passed 50 million downloads, and because of that, they're giving everyone 1600 polychromes. So yeah, this is Ellen, an ice attack type unit, so ice DPS we can say. She's our very first exclusive hero and a good one at that. At the time of posting, her banner is currently running, so you can try your luck with all the free summons Zenless gave us. We are still very early game, we just hit level 30, so we could get our Ellen up to level 40. Her stats are obviously nothing very impressive right now. I would usually talk about like materials to raise them at this point, but honestly in Zenless it's very straightforward. You know, she's an attack type, so she needs these attack type seals you get in combat simulation. That's it so far. I don't know if they'll need more things later. I'm still very early on, as I think everyone is right now. When it comes to skills, she does need some more specialized material, like the higher dimensional datas that drop from expert challenges. But yeah, so far, enhancing, ascending, upgrading, etc. just feels very straightforward in Zenless, so I don't feel like there's much point of spending too much time on that. So let's go ahead and start with her core mechanic, which I would say are these flash freeze stacks up here. You get these stacks by doing a certain combo. Basically, what you have to do is either double tap the dodge button or hold it for a second, and you'll start running very fast. If you attack an enemy with just a basic attack, she will get a flash freeze charge. If you hold the attack button and do a charge attack, she'll gain 3 flash freeze charges. When Ellen does basic, she will use the charges to deal not only a lot more damage, but this damage will be ice damage. This is also really cool for just general gameplay. You know, running from one section to another is very quick. Pressing the special attack button when she has enough energy makes this an X special attack. If you have enough energy, it can be a 2-part attack: tail swipe and shark nami. We also have her assist, which can do a lot of things depending on the situation. The cool thing about her quick assist is that she'll gain a quick charge effect. Her next charge attack, if you do it within the next 5 seconds, will have a much shorter duration. But of course, you will still get those 3 flash freeze stacks. Her defensive assist, which is basically swapping out right before you get hit, will parry the enemy and deal massive daze. And then the follow-up to the defensive assist is basically just some more damage. Her chain attack is essentially just big ice damage. Chain attacks are typically triggered once the enemy is stunned and you hit them with a special attack. And then her ultimate, again, is just big damage. There is a little bit of AoE to this, but mostly I'm just hitting one enemy. Talking about her core skill, it's basically a massive crit damage increase for her charged dash attack and her enhanced basic attacks, the ones that consume these flash freeze charges. There is an additional ability though. If you have another ice unit in your team, every time Ellen deals ice damage will be increased by 3% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 10 times. All around, I do believe she is the highest damage unit currently in the game. I mean, obviously she is an exclusive hero and the game is pretty young, so that's not a massive bar to clear, I would say, but still exciting character. I do want to quickly talk about Mindscape Cinema, which is basically additional bonuses you can have for your character if you get duplicates of them. And I really just want to talk about M1 here, because it sounds actually insane. Instead of only getting 1 flash freeze charge for doing the dash basic, you get 3 now, and then you get 6 for the dash charged. That I feel like would make her so much stronger already, but then we also get a stacking crit rate buff. It's only 12% at max when you have all 6 stacks, but the requirement is just using the flash freeze charges. So yeah, that's Ellen in a nutshell. Let's go ahead and talk about skill priority now. Which ones should you be raising first? I did kind of raise them a bit evenly and somewhat randomly, but I would say her chain attack here that encompasses ultimate is the most important, but it is followed closely by pretty much everything else except maybe the assist. So you can pretty much raise them evenly and it'll be fine. Raising her core skill with this ABCD stuff does give her very nice bonuses and increases the amount of crit damage she gets from those special attacks we were talking about. 75 flat attack and nearly 15 crit rate once it's maxed. Let's go ahead and move on to builds, starting with weapon. Unfortunately, we're using the brimstone because it's what I lost the 25-75 to after going to like 75 pity, so you weren't able to get her signature. It should go without saying that her signature weapon, Deep Sea Visitor, is the best for her. In her case, it's actually quite a lot better than the second best, which is what we have, the Brimstone. It has a lot of base attack, crit rate, advanced stat here, big ice damage boost, and even more crit rate in the passive. It's just actually insane for her. So if you happen to have super good luck getting Ellen in the first place, you should at least consider trying to get her signature. But if you don't want to do that, and you do have Brimstone, it's okay. If you don't have either, Starlight Engine is also a solid A rank option for her. It's what I used until I got the Brimstone. And then the disk drives, I do want to explain a bit of the basics when it comes to the system. Basically, disk drive 1, 2, and 3 always have the same base stats. It goes HP, attack, and death. all flat variations. Disk Drive 4, 5, and 6, however, can have different stats. Typically for DPSs in Disk Drive 4, you want crit rate or crit damage. For me, since I do not have her signature weapon, I probably would go crit rate here because I feel like I'm still lacking a bit. Disk Drive 5 is where you can actually get ice damage bonus. We do have an electric damage bonus, just so you can see that elements can be on Disk Drive 5. We are just going attack, which is fine as well, but ultimately I probably would rather have ice damage bonus here. Disk Drive 6 can have some pretty interesting base stats on it, like Anomaly Mastery or Impact, but for her, as a DPS, we're just going good old attack percent. As for set, we are going 4-piece Polar Metal. It increases our ice damage by 10 and our basic and dash attack by 20, up to 40%. And since that's only a 4-piece set and we have 6 disk drive slots, we're also going 2-piece Woodpecker Electro, which basically just increases our crit rate by 8%. There are actually a few good options for her. I just felt like Polar Metal, because it gives us ice damage, felt the most normal to me. Like, you could also go 4-piece Woodpecker Electro. It's a very general set. It basically works for any DPS that regularly does at least basic or special attacks. As for teams, this has been the main one I've been using for her. Rina is mainly just here as a stand-in for now until I get a better support for Ellen. Sokaku, however, I feel like is a very good support for Ellen. And thankfully, Sokaku is on the same banner Ellen is. And since again, we had not the best luck summoning for Ellen, we actually were able to get her to M6, we will call it. Find the sliver of light in the darkness, they say, or something to that effect. I don't want to go too in depth on these supporting characters because at the end of the day, this is an Ellen showcase, but just to explain how she works well with her, it mainly comes down to her core passive here. Basically, she can give herself up to 1,000 attack, which can be passed on to the next unit coming in via chain attack or quick assist. And then down here on the additional ability, the ice damage can also be increased by 20%. The one I would really like for Ellen though is Lycaon. They would make this team mono ice, and he is a stun unit. In addition to being able to do tons of daze damage, being a stun unit, he can also reduce the target's ice damage resistance by 25% and increase the target's stun damage multiplier by 35%. So when they're actually stunned and taking all that extra damage, he will further boost that. So yeah, I would really want him eventually for my Ellen, but unfortunately we did not get him yet. At the very latest though, 300 standard pulls. In the meantime, it probably would be better to swap out Rina with a more dedicated stun unit like Anbi or Kolita. Since I have Kolita, I'd probably go with her. But yeah, I've just been focusing on these three, but when I do have some extra energy to raise Kolita, I'll probably replace Rina. So okay, I think we're actually going to play with her a little bit. There was some stuff I wanted to run anyway, like we do have this new level 35 dude we just unlocked. Get some higher dimensional datas to raise Ellen's skill a little bit more, so sure. We're gonna start with him. I chose to go for the Butler, and I think it's a good general bang boo, but also especially if you have 2 Victoria Housekeeping Co's in your team, which I do. I'll be honest, for the most part, I have been kind of ignoring Ellen's main mechanic and these flash freeze stacks, just because it felt a little unnatural for me to double tap shift or hold shift to start running quickly and then do an attack or charge attack. But I think it's one of those things I just have to get used to. We also did just unlock weekly bosses, so I'd of course like to give them a try as well. Oh yeah, he's upgrading. We're gonna try and do sort of a actual like rotation here, I suppose. I do want to wait till he's stunned to actually do our burst here. I'm basically just gonna spam some stuff. We can get an assist in there. Okay, he is stunned now, which is good. I would like to go back to her now if possible. There we go. Okay, and then we can probably, hopefully, end it with her ultimate. We were still in like the stun rotation stuff, but you can see how much actual damage that did. That was pretty good. Yeah, and there he goes. That was the weekly boss. Honestly, didn't have too much trouble with him. Since it is currently Sunday, we are going to do one more and then we'll check on my Sokaku what she needs. All right, here we go. I think we're set up pretty nicely as well. Our Sokaku is doing her flag attack that gives us the boost, and then we can swap in to our Ellen. This should be a pretty powerful ultimate here. Yes, pretty nice. So yeah, I have and will continue to mainly focus on how Sokaku and Ellen work together because I don't have the other guy, and Rina is a bit of a random pick for the team. Not only is Sokaku on Ellen's banner, so you most likely have Sokaku if you win for Ellen, but if you somehow got incredibly lucky and got Ellen in like 2 pulls and didn't get a Sokaku, you'll still get a free Sokaku. I believe after passing stage 2 or 3 or something. I got her very quickly. Probably my favorite content in Zenless Zone Zero so far is Hollow Zero. It's just really creative and interesting. I'm pretty sure we've made it to the final boss now, so yeah, we have full stacks now. I think what I'm gonna do is just start with basic attacking a bit until we get to a point where we can do a perfect assist there, and then start with some of her E's. And then once we get up to those 3 stacks, we'll hold it. I actually didn't want to swap out to her, but yeah, in this mode, the positions and everything are a little bit weird, but yeah. I mean, like, dude is almost dead anyway, so we're gonna switch to her and probably just do an ultimate. Oh, never mind. I think he's dead. Oh no, he will transform. It's not over yet. Yeah, okay, now we can hold to go to fly the flag, and yeah, it just goes to her again, so the attack buff gets transferred to her. The setup is a little bit wrong here, but whatever. I guess we should actually stun him first before doing the ultimate anyway. He'll take more damage that way. All right, we're gonna go to her. We don't have Sokaku's buff, I believe. Or maybe we will. Dude is almost dead anyway. Whatever. Let's just end it with the ultimate without the buff. But yeah, that was just kind of annoying because how it works in Hollow Zero is that you get units as you progress. But since the assist skill goes to the one next, obviously wasn't good because I wanted the attack transfer to go to Ellen. It's mainly just important Sokaku comes before Ellen. We'll also try stage 4 of Shiyu Defense here. This is basically pure combat. Unfortunately, we don't have the recommended attributes here, but we're gonna try it anyway. We're just gonna randomly do her ultimate here because yeah, I'm not sure how many enemies we have and if it's gonna actually end on a boss here. It didn't. It was just a bunch of enemies that time, and we actually did pretty well, I think. 2-minute 43. I think we have 5 minutes to get S rank. Ooh, here ice is recommended, so let's try stage 5. Sure. I'm gonna assume this guy is the boss here, so what we kind of need to do now is get to a point where we can stun him. We do kind of have like everyone's energy and everything here, so we're gonna fly the flag with her as soon as we get those 3 stacks, and there we go. We can go ahead and go to Ellen now, and never mind, I think he's dead already. Oh no, there are more. Ellen is doing so much damage that like we don't even have a good chance to use the burst once he's broken because he's just dead then. We would need to go quite a bit higher, I think, to really challenge her. Fire recommended here. We're going to try anyway. All right, here we go. Big boss here. We're going to swap into Ellen, do some stuff there. He will be broken soon. In fact, right now. So we're going to swap back into Ellen now, and hopefully we can get a burst off. Yes, here we go. This should be pretty good. I don't think this is the last enemy, but that was some nice damage. Yep, here we go. Here's the last wave, and there's a big dude over there. Let's fly the flag, and we should get an assist here as well. And we should be able to do a quick, okay, well, if that didn't happen, but it doesn't matter, actually. This is not bad, and we just got the burst ready as well. So here we go. Let's try and do the burst now. And that should be also pretty good. And he's down. One little enemy left to go. Let's go back to Ellen, and that should do it for him. Boom. I think we're still doing pretty well, but Jesus Christ, we already have level 40 enemies. Do we already need 2 teams? Okay, yeah, I think we might have to stop here because we definitely do not have 2 teams raised yet. Could already get a decent amount of rewards here though. Very nice. I'm still gonna be trying to get her signature weapon if I'm honest. Like it is guaranteed now. I just hope we have a little bit better luck and actually get it early. But yeah, I suppose that'll pretty much wrap it up for the Ellen showcase here. She is an incredibly strong and fun character in my opinion. But yeah, let me know what you think about Ellen or the video in the comments down below. Dropping a like or subscribing to the channel if you enjoyed is always greatly appreciated as well. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time.